Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping into a thought experiment that, well, it just felt too interesting not to explore. I want you to just, for a second, picture this. Marilyn Monroe. You know, the platinum hair, those incredibly bright Klieg lights, that whole old Hollywood soundstage vibe, the director yelling action. It's that classic picture, right? So deeply ingrained in our minds.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So deeply ingrained in our minds.
Oh, absolutely. It's the image. Defines an era, really. Timeless.
Right. But now here's the fun part, our sort of what if. What if that Marilyn Monroe, the one from the 50s, decided to hop on today's TikTok? Can you seriously picture her doing the Renegade?
Yeah.
Or the Savage Challenge? It's kind of a mind-bending image, isn't it?
It is. It really is. But it's more than just, a funny visual. This whole idea gives us a really powerful way to think about how a legend like her might fit into today's super fast, kind of chaotic social media world.
Okay.
So our mission really is to dig into why she's still so magnetic and what happens when you smash together that old Hollywood glamour with, well, the digital now. Yeah, that collision is fascinating. So let's start there. A golden age icon. Meticulously crafted image. How would she even react to a platform that's all about, 15-second clips?
Well, my first thought, and what our sources suggest, is probably curiosity.
Curiosity.
Yeah. Marilyn was smart, very aware. She wanted to connect, understand things, and a platform offering this, direct line to people. That probably would have piqued her interest, don't you think?
Okay, yeah, I can see that. It wasn't just about the image. There was more there.
Exactly. And think about TikTok itself. It thrives on being immediate, right? On humor, on jumping on trends. And Monroe, well, she often slipped those qualities into her work, those little ad-libs, moments where she kind of broke character.
Well, right, those flashes of her real self.
Precisely, that spontaneity, that connection. It was part of her charm even back then, sort of a preview of the unfiltered thing we see today.
So some trends might have actually felt natural. Like which ones?
Well, you mentioned the Renegade, maybe a bit cheeky, she could do that. Or the Savage strut, that confidence, totally her.
Oh, yeah.
And imagine her doing duets.
Yeah.
Popping up next to someone else's video, adding her own little spin, that famous wink maybe.
The comedic timing on a trending sound.
Wow. But it really highlights the contrast, doesn't it? Polished 1950s Hollywood versus this raw, quick hit social media.
That's the core of it, the culture clash. It's why it's so compelling to think about. It forces you to ask, what's performance? What's authenticity? Then versus now.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's talk authenticity. You think old Hollywood, you think perfect takes, no mistakes allowed. But we know from rare footage and behind the scenes stuff, Marilyn had these candid moments.
Right. She wasn't a robot.
No. There are clips, where she maybe stutters a little between takes, or she's adjusting her dress, looking genuinely flustered for a second, or just laughing at herself.
Those moments are gold, and they connect directly to how influencers work now, right?
She'll see.
Well, modern creators mix the polished stuff with the real-life moments, the behind the scenes. It builds trust, relatability. Marilyn was kind of doing that accidentally, almost predicting the playbook. The desire for that realness hasn't changed, just the tools.
So if she had TikTok today, she might use it that way.
I think so. You can picture her maybe between takes on a modern set, scrolling, laughing at a challenge, trying out a filter.
Yeah.
She could show the glam side, sure, but also the off-duty moments. Playing with her dog, maybe, a silly dance. It's about that direct connection.
Like how you, listening now, probably connect with celebs who share those little glimpses. It's curated, yeah, but it feels authentic.
It's that curated authenticity. It taps into that fundamental wish to see the human behind the icon. TikTok would just be another, maybe more immediate way for her to do what she always did. Connect, using both perfection and imperfection.
Okay, let's shift to the creative process itself. This is where that clash gets really stark. 1950s Marilyn. Huge crew. Hair, makeup, lighting. Hours of prep for one shot. Meticulous.
Total control.
Contrast that with TikTok. Her glam squad might just be, a friend holding an iPhone with a ring light?
Exactly. Which brings up aesthetics. What filter would she even choose? Classic black and white, like It Hot.
Ooh, interesting. Or would she go for a trending sparkle effect to grab the younger audience?
The choice itself says so much, doesn't it? Preserve the classic or embrace the now.
And what about doing the trends? We know she was a perfectionist with film choreography, take after take. Would she do that for a TikTok? Dozens of attempts?
Or just embrace the chaos, the sort of just post it vibe.
That's the tension, isn't it? Her drive for perfection versus the platform's demand for speed and sometimes a rawness.
Yeah.
But, the best creators today actually blend those things. They prepare, but they also allow for spontaneity.
True. It's not always one or the other.
And Marilyn had both, right? The discipline for the perfect take, but also that natural warmth, that charisma. I think she could straddle it, do a perfectly timed dance, but then add a little wink, a spontaneous look to camera that feels totally real. Okay, now imagine. Her first TikTok actually drops. The viral debut. We have to talk about her voice. That unmistakable, breathy, melodic sound.
Instantly recognizable. On TikTok, unique audio is huge. It can make something explode.
So imagine her doing like a funny happy birthday remix using that voice.
Oh, wow. Or just mouthing along perfectly to some trending audio clip, but with that specific Marilyn flair.
And her screen presence. She knew cameras, angles, lighting. Years of film work taught her that.
Absolutely. She wouldn't just film it. She'd intuitively understand how to make it look good, even just on a phone. Using light, finding the angle, it would be like a mini masterclass in adapting her craft.
So the video lands, what happens next? Total meltdown, right?
Oh, absolutely. Media frenzy, reaction videos everywhere, news reports, think pieces galore about, old Hollywood goes digital.
It would dominate everything for days.
For sure. And the comment section.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. You'd have the fans. She's still got it. Icon.
And then the purists. She'd never do this. It cheapens her legacy. You know the drill. That debate would be intense. Does this redefine her? Or is it just fleeting fun? A blip?
And think of the duets and the stitches. People clipping her video into theirs.
Oh man, Madonna doing a side-by-side? Or those weird AI collabs people make? Marilyn and Elvis on TikTok?
The internet would just absolutely run wild with it. It's fascinatingly weird.
But this whole hypothetical thing, it actually taps into real debates we're having now, doesn't it?
Totally. Like hologram tours of dead artists.
Yeah.
AI generating new performances. Our Marilyn on TikTok scenario is just a reflection of those exact cultural conversations about icons, legacy, and technology. How do we keep them alive?
So pulling back a bit, what does this whole deep dive, this whole thought experiment tell us about Marilyn herself? About her lasting power?
Well, I think just the fact that we can so easily imagine her doing this, that the exercise works, shows how captivating her core essence still is across decades, across different media.
Right.
And it makes you wonder, if she were here, would she embrace the 24/7 social media cycle? Or would she stay elusive, preserve the mystique?
That's a tough one. The balance between being accessible and being an untouchable icon.
Yeah, and celebs navigate that constantly. Her choice would spark endless debate.
But the thing is, in a way, she already does blend both, right? Like you said, clips of diamonds or a girl's best friend still go viral.
Exactly. On platforms she never knew. And people use AI filters to become her, even just for a moment online.
So she's both frozen in time and constantly being remixed, reborn digitally?
Precisely. And maybe the real power of an icon isn't being static, but being adaptable. Or rather, our ability to keep reimagining them, adapting them to new times, new contexts. It shows her influence just keeps rippling outwards, way beyond the original films or photos.
Wow. Okay, so wrapping this up, thinking about Marilyn on TikTok isn't just like a fun game. It really shines a light on how we connect with celebrities now, how nostalgia works, how icons evolve.
Mm-hmm. And those little behind-the-scenes moments from the 50s,
Yeah.
the stumbles, the laughter, they really do foreshadow the kind of authenticity that powers viral content today. The seeds were there.
Yeah. And her glamour, which seems so different from TikTok's vibe, actually creates this amazing contrast with it. It's the old meeting the new in this really dynamic way.
It makes the whole thing compelling, the polished versus the spontaneous.
And ultimately, the fact that we can picture her doing a TikTok dance so vividly just proves why she's still such a huge cultural force.
That's true.
Adaptable, magnetic, just endlessly fascinating, even in this era of, 15 seconds of fame.
So maybe the final thought for you listening is this. Who else? What other timeless icons are we, maybe without even realizing it, reinventing right now for today's platforms? And what does that say about us, about our need to connect with the past while living firmly in the digital present?